Hi, friends. Today we have an unusual story about how a book or movie can inspire people to go into the wilderness in search of adventure. However, not all such journeys end well. Let's start with the backstory. In 1992, a young American university graduate donated all his money to charity and traveled deep into Alaska, dreaming of starting a new life as a hermit. After hitchhiking to the city of Fairbanks, 24-year-old Chris McCandless settled in an old bus, which construction workers left in these parts back in 1961. That bus was 30 kilometers from the Stump Trail and about 15 kilometers from the nearest river crossing. It had previously served as a temporary shelter for hunters, but in 1992 it became Chris's new home. For several years, Chris traveled across North America until he found himself on the outskirts of Denali National Park. He hoped to live in harmony with nature, foraging for his own sustenance. In April, when the river was still ice-covered, he crossed it and made it to the bus. A few months later, however, he realized that his romantic notions of survival were far from reality. Starving, he decided to return, but found that the water level in the river had risen significantly, making it impossible to cross. Trapped, Chris was forced to stay on the bus, where he spent a total of 189 days. In late August, his body was discovered by hunters. It is thought that he may have been poisoned by poisonous plants, but there is a possibility that the cause of death was simple exhaustion. His story was the basis for Jon Krakauer's book Into the Wild, published in 1996. The book quickly became iconic, inspiring thousands of people to embark on their own journeys. Soon, McCandless fans began flocking to the bus, hoping to touch the spirit of freedom and adventure. Dear friends, I want to thank you for your views, your likes, and comments. It is very motivating in the development of my channel. I know many people watch me without subscribing to the channel. I would like to fix that. If you like the videos and stories, please subscribe. It is not difficult to do, and I will be very pleased. Now back to the story. Originally, there were not many, but in 2007, things changed. The release of the movie Into the Wild sparked a new wave of interest, and the number of pilgrims increased dramatically. However, these places remain truly wild, with a harsh climate, rushing rivers, and wild animals. Trained tourists were few among the arrivals, and many found themselves in danger. Between 2009 and 2017, Alaskan authorities conducted at least 15 rescues in an attempt to save those who went to the bus without proper training. For example, in 2020, 5 Italian tourists lost their way and found themselves 20 kilometers from their goal. One of them suffered severe frostbite. In the same year, rescuers evacuated a traveler from Brazil, and even earlier, in 2010, Swiss tourist Claire Ackerman drowned while trying to cross the river. Locals did not share the tourists' excitement and wondered why a rusty bus deep in the forest was causing such a stir. They were tired of the constant rescue operations and even suggested a radical solution: to burn the bus. But despite this, it continued to attract people seeking the spirit of freedom and adventure. In 2019, Russians Nika Nikonova and her husband Peter Markelov headed to it. The young couple, recently married, loved to travel, and a trip to the famous bus seemed like a great opportunity for them to test themselves. After graduating from high school, Nika hitchhiked around Europe, then studied at YSU for 3 years, lived in Bali, and later enrolled in the New York Film Academy. Eventually, her path led her to Alaska, to the very bus with which so many stories were connected. It was not difficult to get there, and the couple even left a commemorative inscription on the paneling. But the river that separated them from civilization was not safe. Its flow is unpredictable, and the water level can rise sharply due to rains. To make the crossing easier, the hikers pulled a rope to hold on to, but even this did not save them from the powerful flow. When Nika and Peter started to cross the river, the girl stumbled and could not hold on. She was instantly swept up by the turbulent current. Peter watched helplessly as she disappeared in the white storms. Once ashore, he desperately rushed downstream, hoping to find her and help her. After a while, he did find his wife, but it was too late. Nika had drowned. On the night of July 25th, Peter contacted the police and lifeguards evacuated him from the scene of the tragedy. Their marriage lasted only a month before the river took the girl forever. The name of the river became a bitter symbol of fate. Peter came up with the idea of building a bridge across it so that no one else would die along the way. Chris McCandless's family supported the initiative, but the locals resisted. They did not want the bus to become an official tourist attraction and attract more people. In the end, the Alaskan authorities made a radical decision. In the summer of 2020, they removed the bus by helicopter to permanently close this dangerous place. The plan is to place it in a museum where it will be safely stored. Alaska State Natural Resources Commissioner Corey Feige commented, "I understand the impact this story has had on people, but this bus being abandoned and crumbling required too many salvage operations. More importantly, traveling to it cost some people their lives." There are two sides to this story. On the one hand, it is certainly tragic that people risked their lives traveling to the bus. On the other, those who have ever felt that elusive spirit of freedom and the desire to break free from the confines of society will surely understand their desire. What do you think about it? Write in the comments. It will be interesting to read your opinion. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel and tell your friends about it. Thanks for watching.